We all know that feeling, don't we? That desperate, fleeting desire to clutch onto a perfect moment, a profound emotion, as if by sheer force of will we could make it last forever. You watch a sunset that paints the sky with impossible colors, and a part of you wants to press pause, to freeze the frame and keep it. Or you feel a deep, expansive love for another, and the thought arises, I must hold on to this. But in that very moment, something shifts. The feeling, once so pure and spontaneous, becomes a thing to be possessed. It becomes an object of the ego's desire. And in that very act of grasping, it begins to fade. This is the central paradox of our spiritual lives. The moment we try to own a moment, to bottle a feeling, we lose it. The ego steps in, that part of us that seeks to define, to categorize, to control. It whispers, this is mine, I understand this, I can keep this. And in that whisper, a barrier is erected. The seamless flow of experience is interrupted. We are no longer simply a part of the moment. We are now an observer, a proprietor. We are separated from the very thing we seek to preserve. This isn't just about a beautiful sunset or a moment of love. It's about every fleeting experience of joy, peace, and clarity. We mistakenly believe these feelings are things to be acquired, but the teachings of the Buddha tell us a different story. They speak of impermanence, the fundamental truth that everything is in a constant state of flux. To fight this is to fight reality itself. Think of it like a river. You can't hold on to a single drop of water. The moment you scoop it up, it's no longer part of the river's flow. It's a static thing, isolated. But the river itself, a continuous stream of passing and returning, flows on, unconcerned with our attempts to possess it. What does not cling is never lost. The river never tries to hold on to a drop. Thus, it is always the river. This is the essence of non-attachment. We aren't being asked to become cold or indifferent. We are simply invited to let go of the idea of ownership. There is nothing to keep, only the eternal rhythm of passing and returning. Our life exists like the beating of a heart no one commands, yet all life depends on it. We don't tell our hearts to beat, they simply do. And in that surrender, in that non-interference, life continues. The paradox is that by letting go, we become more fully alive. In the long silences, when the mind's chatter has finally run out, something gentle and vast begins to flow. It's not the ordinary transactional love we often seek, the love that says, I love you because you give me this in return. It's a deeper fusion, a realization that we are not separate from love itself. In those moments, when our words have failed us, we find we are not just recipients of love. We are its source. We are that love. Perhaps this journey only begins when we have the courage to disappear, to let the small, separate self, the ego, recede. The universe, in its grand, silent wisdom, does not care what we know. It does not grade us on our intellectual achievements or our ability to articulate complex theories. It responds only to what we are. If we carry a mind heavy with possession, with the desire for more, with the noise of our own importance, then even the most beautiful experiences will pass us by. But if our mind is empty, free of the clamor of resentment and the grasping of possession, then even a single blade of grass can become our teacher. The universe speaks to us, not through a grand booming voice, but through the subtle, unmediated reality of things as they are, and an empty mind is the only one that can truly hear that whisper. We must understand, the ego is not our enemy. It's part of our consciousness, a necessary function for navigating the world. But it is cunning. It doesn't announce itself with a loud drumbeat. It whispers. It's in that soft, insidious whisper that we can become the most arrogant people, believing our small understanding is the ultimate truth. It's the voice that tells us we are right, that we know better, that our way is the only way. And in listening to that whisper, we build walls instead of bridges. We create suffering for ourselves and for others. True nature, our fundamental essence, is silent. It's like a flower blooming in the night, unseen by the striving world. It doesn't hide in lofty theories or grand declarations. It reveals itself in the smallest, most ordinary actions. The way we listen without interrupting. The way we embrace silence without needing to fill it. The way we accept what we do not like, without resistance. In these little moments, the true self shines. It's the quiet grace of living consciously, of choosing to respond rather than react. I feel something softening inside me. It is the slow, gentle process of a person learning to live authentically, to choose consciously, to live meaningfully. It's the realization this journey isn't about becoming a spiritual guru or achieving a state of enlightenment that makes us different from everyone else. It's about learning to live. It is the beginning of the journey home, not to a physical place, but to our own true nature. And at night, when I sit in the dark, with only the wind's whistle, as if time itself is breathing, I try not to think. I just sit, and in that sitting, I watch as streams inside me move on their own. They don't rush like a frantic river. They move like a curtain, slowly opening, revealing that behind all the chaos and confusion of our lives is a complete, unassailable simplicity. When we stop clinging to our stories, our identities, our desires, everything can be seen. When we stop trying to prove ourselves, everything reveals itself. And then, a deep understanding settles in. Truth isn't something we have to chase or manufacture. It is like a stone resting deep at the bottom of the water. The waves of our emotions, the winds of our thoughts, may roil the surface, but the stone remains. It is untouched, motionless, yet its presence is utterly penetrating. This is the truth of our own nature and the truth of the universe. It simply remains. It is here. It is now. And all we have to do is be still enough to find it.